I need more shop time in New York. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, also, again, I'm going to rephrase it every time. If you guys are willing to come to New York and take the trip, you can stay as long as you want. You'll get one-on-one with me directly. This motherfucker's here.
Yes, sir.
He's bigger than I thought he was, too. This motherfucker's looking me dead in the eye. I'm like, fuck, you're like 6'2", dude. Shit. So, yeah, this morning alone, I was able to help him kind of figure out one of the stencils, which I'll have him talk about while I get all of the photos out of the Telegram to review.
Yeah, low-key almost completely like messed up something without realizing until my client would have got there. I'm working on a piece that like wraps around this guy's bicep. It's gonna be a snake, and I had no idea how to make it actually wrap around the dude's arm and like grasp it from like a 2D point and then make it 3D. And so kind of like took the drawing that I already had, which I guess I could probably show real quick.
Yes,
off this.
because he fucked it up. But yeah, oh, I'm gonna get him into the chat. There we go.
Originally, the drawing that I had kind of flows like this, and this part right here would have been at the top of the shoulder, and I was thinking this could wrap going to the inside of the bicep, and then we kind of like printed it out so I could actually wrap it around something. Like we just use a fucking soda can and figured out that was not gonna work, and I'm glad I figured that out now instead of Saturday when my client got here and had to completely redraw the entire thing. So now I'm fixing it, and definitely we took what's his name's arm and we just fucking put a piece of paper around it.
Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what's his name? Is a good name. It's fucking best name for him. Yeah, we ended up. I'm a very big visual, hands-on kind of learner, so I noticed what he was doing wrong to get that wrap around. So I just took a piece of paper, cut it up how it's supposed to, and I used a can as the arm because we're printing it out at a smaller scale. And his goal was to essentially come around so it wrapped fully. So you had that full wraparound on the can, right? So that's what he wanted. The way he had it drawn, it would have wrapped, came around back, and then met like that.
Yeah.
So I essentially just went hands-on and showed him this is how you need to do it.
It's way more complicated than you actually think about
Yeah.
it until you actually get to doing it. Like you just think if you just fucking draw it to curve in, you could just fold it in, but I guess not.
Nope. Because dude, snakes, I won't even tattoo snakes because of that. I fucking hate scales and I fucking hate trying to wrap shit. So like a lot of snakes I turn down. Like, hey, I want Steven to do a snake. No. Just like, hey, I want Steven to work on a Sunday. No. Like it's just not happening. So, but as funny as it is, I just took on not a Sunday. I took on a snake recently. Just now no, either way. I offered to do a snake when they reached out, but to give like essentially a example of what he was doing. This is kind of how he had it drawn. Like the body was going to follow that path. And the way he explained it to me, I'm happy I asked. He wanted to wrap around the way I showed you. And this is exactly what I did to explain it. Just so you have the same hands-on that I have. So if you run it like this, you would think.
That's what I researched it too. That's what
Yeah, good. So you have the resketch too. Perfect. So he had it originally drawn this way. Curve on curve. If you curve it on itself, even with relief cuts, right? The stencil is on this side. He wants it to wrap around fully. If you have this curve for the body going around, again, an arm is circular, it's a cylinder, so it works just fine. He expected to be able to take this and wrap it around like that. But now what's the problem? The stencil's on this side. It's not sticking, right? So if you wrap it properly, it's going to come here and it's going to wrap right back around this way, right? So it's very easy to overcomplicate as an artist. It's just a straight line. If you do a straight line on a cylinder, if you're here, that is when it will wrap around successfully. Just when you're drawing 2D for a 3D object, it gets difficult. You got to print it out, get hands-on, straight line. Draw a snake, straight line with scales, and that shit will wrap around an arm beautifully. That's where little perspectives like that, I can help you guys out. But if you never asked, I wouldn't know what to fucking do. So if you guys have questions and you need guidance, ask. Utilize the one-on-one with me. Utilize that group chat to ask questions. Just at me, at SEM Inc. What the fuck do I do? And I'll be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm now paying Colin to sit right by my side to respond to shit. So we're gonna have way more activity for me in there and one-on-one group help. Unmatched. It will be unmatched.